You know, what the table sees look like trash.
Now I'm live, huh? Did you get a notification? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going. We're going for it. Oh, Jesus. Not ready.
Yeah, you see this woman? The track?
How we doing?
Well, okay, here we go. We're live.
Yes, we are. Just gonna let a few people catch up.
All right.
Get on here real quick. The new home screen right there.
Holy shit! What's that walking by?
Got to look at the new home screen for a little bit. Let's see some likes, some comments. When you jump on board here, if you've been waiting for this today, just chime in. We're gonna let it get started. There's the official.
Yeah.
I'm just staring from one screen to another, letting it build up. Takes a minute. We said 7 o'clock. I should start tagging some folks.
I'll get on that. What do you got there?
2-hour Q&A.
Good music.
Scott Hall and myself, Harley
Harley
Compton.
Compton.
Stick it to him TV.
Doing two elements.
You know I'm here. We're saying Rick. We're giving you a shout out. I wanted to take you to see Rick.
Who?
We got a what's up. We got our first what's up. First caller said what's up. We'll let them know. I call them callers, you know.
Right. I'm just thinking about
Marty Spears.
Inviting people right now.
Marty, you got a question? I'd bring you on, let you ask it live. We can try this. Let's check it out. See if we can add Marty. Says he's adding, but you know how that goes. Don't believe everything you read on Facebook, I guess. Take it to heart.
Sure.
Change your life over it, right? He declined. All right. Well, Marty's riding side saddle. Let's see if I can bring Scott Hall on here.
Oh. What do you need me for? There we go.
We're toying around right now. This is how I want to do it tonight. I'm going to bring you on and let you ask your question. I'm going to try to talk you out of it. And then there he is.
There it is. Look at that fat head.
I got to turn down the volume. I think we're doing a little feedback.
Yeah.
Scott Hall, how long you been derbying?
Oh, well.
I mean, just around derbies. I mean, you could spot one, right?
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's
I can
done.
probably find what car you built for me.
You know, the one that rings in my head is, you're old enough to know right from wrong. You know, it's if somebody if somebody was to show up on the 12th and I like to let them know that you're not just going to be checking cars, you're going to be parking cars. You're going to get there and Scott's going to be on horseback on his Polaris four-wheeler, riding you right to your parking spot. So if you plan on parking next to somebody, come in the gate with them. If and I say Scott's going to take that on his own as something he's volunteering to do to make the end of the night go ever better, because the guy drives a skid loader, right?
Yep.
Yeah, skid loader. So
It's right on the trailer. Right after the show.
So yeah, imagine he's going to be there a couple hours before you are, probably a day and a half before you show up. He's going to help you park your truck and trailer and everything down there. He's also going to be up there checking cars for our build off and our qualifier rounds and keeping that going. He doesn't really do a lot of flagging, and the registration part's held by a bunch of clerical help we have. So what I got him on here tonight for, he's going to help me answer some of the build questions for our bone stock thing we're throwing. This isn't minivan. This isn't kids class. This isn't all the questions about full size, what class, or even the car pictured in our nice TV, stick it to 'em TV, backdrop here. So what Scott's going to be looking for in tech, and I want some questions. I want some questions to ring in. And Scott, what kind of questions are you anticipating, if I said so? What do you think? What do you think the first stupid question is going to be? How about it? Is that
What
a
kind
good?
of bumper can I put on my car?
What kind of bumper can I put on my car?
The one it came with.
And if it didn't come with one,
You can take the one off the back of your car,
your car,
your stock car.
VIN specific, comes off the car you're
Yeah.
driving. Your car does not have a back bumper, and because you put it on the front of your car, right?
Yeah, and that's all you get. And
Wow.
you can't weld it on.
No welders.
Kind of want to see the stock plastic bumper rolling in that way. Just
Pretty fair.
Just,
Pretty fair.
Just want a fair class. I want you guys to drive them.
Yeah, I think it's
No cheating them up.
I like the idea when we came out with it a few weeks ago and said so, because there's no accusation later. We all know we're going to drive cars that are basically 1 foot in the grave, so the other foot's going to be on the throttle.
Yeah.
What do we got to do to get some questions tonight? Who's going to be the
Yeah,
first one?
bunch of people watching. Hey, folks. How you doing?
All right, well,
Want to go to a commercial?
why don't you tune off here, and then I'll switch the camera around and we'll play around. I'm going to keep this. Am I reaching enough people out there?
Oh, yeah. We're
Oh,
getting
okay.
some.
All right, that's
You
good.
need to click it up on the monitor there. Be able to
And then
see it
bring that
easier.
back
I
around.
forgot my glasses, so I'm getting old.
Randall O'Brien, big demo fan. I see 8 Miles watching.
He's watching.
I wonder whose Wi-Fi he's stealing.
That's bone stock build off. If you guys don't want to move your battery even, you don't have to. Gas tank, we talked about maybe not that, but we thought Bill might not like that. So got to move the gas tank inside the car.
Tampico Fire can only do so much.
Gonna let you change tires. Gotta be on a stock rim. Wire your door shut. That means just around the pillar, about 3-4 racks. Just keep it shut. No, welcome, no. Ready rod, no nothing. You want to tie your hood shut? Cut some spare seatbelts out of your car and wrap the hood shut, or just use the factory latch. It'd be a latch used anyway. Want to try and just see some stock cars out there running? I think it'd be a good time. I ran a car in the wire class that was so stock it wasn't funny. I thought my bumper was gone, but it was actually still there. Me and Harley's daughter ran a piece of shit.
I think you can swear all you want, is what they say. I've been watching YouTube all day, and it says you can swear all you want. Because,
Ain't seen any questions yet.
no, I'm almost kind of bummed here.
No question. No questions. You can paint your car.
Yeah,
You don't gotta be
can.
that color.
All right, well,
Just rather have you leave that thing as stock as possible. Take the glass out of it, of course. You want to run the windshield? I don't care. But they get fogged up, just so. Just keep it turned down low.
I don't,
Probably gotta turn that one down.
There it is.
No questions? Anything?
I wish I could see them here. I gotta.
It just says everybody's watching.
It sure does. Let's flip her around.
Oh,
You
boy.
like that? You like that crazy ass? Right here.
Yeah.
Stick it to 'em.
So I guess I'll ask a question. Anybody got some cheap cars out there they want to get rid of?
Boy,
Some
that'd be nice.
compacts? Kind of need some. Kind of like to run one myself. I'll show you how bone stock mine is. Headers, not in bone stock. Harley's trying to get me to let you do it, and I'm like, nope, didn't come like that.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
blow.
Wow.
Is that it?
No, not at all. Headers, yeah, I see there now. Randy pipes up. I looked you up there, Randy. I looked you up. You're quite a ways from home. If I see you over here at the bike barn, I'll tell you that. 2.5 hours.
Just
You know
talked to
what?
him, didn't you?
I'll drink to that. 2.5 hours. You come on over, Randy. I think 2.5 hours, Scott. He should be able to run headers. I don't know.
Bone stock?
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. There's those crickets again. They don't. We hear them crickets. We know you're talking shit. That's one of our sound effects. The crickets come out. Nobody wants to hear it.
Thick'em TV said, well.
That was me.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I'm posting
you
this.
part owner now?
I'm posting this. Stick it to him TV tonight.
Oh. What happened to the guy that started it?
I don't know. We need to tag
What's he
him
at?
here. Where is Mike and where's everybody else out here?
Still doing the laundry?
His laundry might be done. Allow viewers to send you a request to join in your broadcast. Well, obviously, I must have done it. Sorry, we're just playing around. This is what we're doing this winter, and we're trying to figure this out. Oh, here comes our cricket.
Turn the computer volume down or that TV is what's doing it.
This is a big.
Mine's turned off.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Harley even did his hair for you folks tonight.
Oh,
I
God.
about laughed. He's got TV all pissed up now, so
TV.
give him a minute. He'll be back in a minute here. I also usually push the cars off the track with the skid loader. If we get everybody parked in there halfway right, then as soon as you come off the track, your car's done. It goes right on the trailer, and that's done. It gets to be a little difficult at the end of the night trying to push 500 cars on their trailer. And there's only usually two of us in skid loaders. Me and, what's his name?
Jimmy Grant.
Yeah, he comes and helps. Oh my!
There goes the crickets again.
Turn your phone down a little.
What's that about?
Turn your phone down a little.
There's nothing turned up anywhere. You just maybe turn the volume. You're not the IT guy no more. You're going.
Turn your phone volume down a little.
There's absolutely no volume on,
all right.
on my phone.
All right. Boost Mobile.
It's the first 3,000 times you've told me to turn down any kind of volume.
Well, usually that's why it does it.
Here we go. Where's all our IT guys at tonight? They could help us. Look, we got Jason on here. Jason, you got a question for the bone stock build off? Well, I'm still trying to learn camera angles and crazy stuff.
How do you get that crazy shit on my face?
You got to pay a subscription. You'll never touch it. It'll never happen.
I'll figure it out. I got kicked out somehow.
Yeah.
Request to join. You guys still see me, or am I out of there? He's unplugging everything.
Want to? Where's Mike when I need him?
I think I'm back. Nope. Keeps saying trying to reconnect.
Where is Mike when I need him?
Oh boy.
Oh.
Should be there. Be wearing her coat.
Oh. Lost my TV. I was doing pretty good there for a minute. He has to have his live at the same time. Well, we're live, but that's not the big deal.
I don't know if I am.
We can add Jason now, maybe.
So why is it not up there?
Okay, we got hey. You just listen.
Am I still linked up there, Arnold? Oh, right there.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, he's got his live going right now, Harley. Somebody said.
Right.
Sticking TV said, "Hey Harley."
Yeah.
Drew Hall's watching. I know him.
Look at there. It's up.
Go to the live feed.
I think I am live. See?
Oh, she's live.
Yeah.
I'm live. Goodbye.
She's out of here. All right. Mike is watching. Mike, I hope you're proud. I've been hard at work with Scott Hall here live, trying to figure out what his girlfriend is actually looking for as she walks around the house aimlessly.
We'll see you later, Gina.
Any demo derby questions for Scott Hall?
Thanks for dinner.
What do you want to see?
Pretty creepy. Pretty creepy the way you just keep hanging around. Sam Hedrick live. Maybe Sam, would you type a question for me so I can test run this thing? It seems to me everybody's got it all figured out and they know exactly what they're going to do because I can't find them here. Who's live?
Go to the live thing on there. You needed to scroll down on the Stickum TV page and then
Bring it up on here.
yeah. Man. Hello, Sammy.
Sammy.
Well, Kurt wants to run that Jeep that's sitting in my ditch at the house.
Kurt has a Jeep, yeah.
No, I think I'll turn that into
I could see
I'll sell that, turn that into a Razor.
Kurt, yeah, that's going to be on the next episode of Cashless Barter. We'll do that. We're going to uptrade that Jeep.
Thanks, Drew.
Brad, we love Brad. Brad, I might need a lawnmower derby flyer. Why don't you type a little response if you can hear me out there. Brad. I don't see it where you go to. Oh, it is live right here. Hitting.
There you go.
Who's all on board with us here? We're just trying to figure out a few new things. We're going to hardwire this up.
Well, Kurt wants to run my camper.
Yeah, Kurt does. If Kurt,
Hey, how about my Cadillac? It's sitting out there too.
you guys have too much time.
I got an Amigo too.
We got rolling here. No. Well, we need a few questions.
Any questions about the Derby fight barn? Any questions at all?
Yeah.
We got Harley Conklin right here.
Oh,
That was in the video.
I see this. I don't know if does Scott Hall have to get off
Do I gotta go? I go
to
for a
let
minute.
somebody else on?
I'll go for a minute here.
We got people wanting to add in here.
You gotta punch in. Right.
Nope, there he is.
Is he up? Oh, hey. Am I up? I'm up too again, ain't I?
Sure. Why don't you do me a favor and crank your volume? I don't know what does Scott Hall have to get off? I gotta Okay. All right. I'm gonna crank him now. Okay, here we go. Mute yours, Scott.
It got screwed up.
It did, didn't it? Sammy, you there? Sam, you there? Did I just lose him? Sammy, you there? Oh, we're adding one. Somebody's coming on.
I know. I kept clicking in and off my little screen where I used to be.
Oh, this is no fun. I need a screen like as big as this TV.
Why won't it
to
come
just
up on the
play
TV?
around on it. We're going to add some people in here, and hopefully they can ask their own question. I see some viewers on here. I love the list. There he is. Okay, I am reading a question. Let me try it. How long can the piece of metal that goes in your frame to help hold your bumper on be? I think we covered that on the bone stock part where there's absolutely no change in the front bumper, no extra metal, right? None.
Nothing.
This is Justin Shaner. I think he must have suffered a head injury in Mendota. He's reading off some. If you're talking about the other classes, there's a video in the Bone Stock Build-Off from 2017 that talks all about changing bumpers, and that'll work for any van or kids class or any other, you know. But as far as the qualifier, I'm looking for cars right off the street that are bone stock. What a guy, asking all the right questions, isn't he?
Yep. Yep.
So we ask for questions, and the stupid ones come up first. That's what happens. Anybody got a good question? I got Scott here, past his bedtime, waiting to answer him. Isn't that the truth? I gotta admit, I'm not. Um, Yes, there is. We're waiting for. Let's try this one. I got people on here. I'm trying to add them. If I try to add you, you got to come up with a question for Scott Hall. I'm bringing him back on.
I don't know nothing.
Is Scott Hall going to be in the Bone Stock Build-Off? I doubt it.
If I can find me a free car, you betcha.
I want to get Sam. I see Chapo's saying Sam had a question and I must not have heard him. Okay, wait, they're flying in now.
What time are we going to start the inspection?
All day, that inspection will be allowed. If you get there with cars that are running later that night, yeah, you can sign up and register and you could run your car through. We will.
Won't turn anybody away.
No, you'll be done. But inspection's going to close by 7 p.m. So, I would say you might want to be somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock, taking it pretty serious to get registered for your class. And, even though, like we said here, good question, if Scott Hall, Justin Shaner wants to know if Scott Hall is going to be in the Bone Stock Build-Off. I said that there's nothing says that he can't be. So if he finds a car about 3.5 hours before the event, he might be in it.
It'll be ready.
He might be in it. Are you ready to see Tyler Hatcher win again? We're all ready to see him and his brother come down and run again. Hopefully with his success has drummed up a little bit more competition for him. Again, those two cars came together and raced together pretty well. But I think you're going for the...
Just got like this much of your head in this thing.
Oh, well, I don't think I need my full head in there.
Yeah.
My eyes are really, I don't know. I would like to see more vehicles in the, what are we calling it? In the qualifier run, and obviously we want to fill that, but all the full size, there's actually going to be three levels of full size competition this summer, and guys are going to have a hard time figuring out where they fall. If you're a weld driver that's going to tune your car back to race in a little more competitive class, or are you a bone stock guy that's going to move up to a little bit more level of competition. And or are you a guy that's got all the equipment and you're willing to jump up to the world class? So, what's the rules for Jacob Allen here?
What are you running?
Yeah,
What are you running?
full size. He wants to run full size.
Oh, well.
Jake, I mean, if you want to get a car and get her going, I think you better just grab yourself something that runs and drives, move the battery and move the gas tank and bring it out there. Run it just like you would build these compacts, and I think you'll be fine. I know it ain't bragging if you can do it, but me and Scott took a free car in 24 hours, turned it around, headed it to the track, had it entered, and we ran it, built just like you would build a compact for.
Built so good the door fell off.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it ran against your two cars that you guys brought down. And I say, granted, I wish I had more. I wish I had done more. But at the point of a donated car doing so very little, you got to admit. I mean, that's what I'd like to see you do, Jake. Let's see if I can bring him on. He got a little ad button right here. He wants to come on. Ad. Mike, bring me on, bud. I requested to join. Mike, I'm having a hard time. I need you. Let me see if I can go. Hey, there's Marty. Let's see if I can you hear what Marty's asking? He got headphones on. That's what I'd like to see you do.
Do I need to take them off?
No, I think,
No.
Can you hear me now? Look at that face. Only a mother could love. Look at you, Marty. So is there a question, Marty? Martin,
Yeah, I got this. I got this Jeep, man. I was gonna build it as a car, but I don't really want to mess with it. Just want to know if somebody else wants to buy it and build
Oh
it.
yeah, man. I sorry about that. I read that on the thing earlier, and I know we got somebody for that. What do I got to say? Post up a quick pic of that. I know you're just right over there in Sterling. It's going to run with the minivans. Those Cherokees, Explorers, S10 Blazers, that kind of stuff. We just throw them right in the minivans. So if any one of you guys are listening and you got a place for it, I mean, let's do it. Let's get it off his hands. I know you'll keep me posted too if more of them come up because we're hunting all the cars we can get, you know. But
I'll take trades.
trades, oh shit.
Yeah,
I was like, where's those crickets at? I ain't heard them.
Trade you a microwave.
Yeah, what kind of trades you looking for? What you got? What year is the Jeep? Tell us about it. Somebody might want it.
no, it's like 94 or something like that.
94.
4-wheel drive, straight six.
Oh, cool. You know, I just picked one of them up out of the body shop too. So, what's wrong with yours? There's Pat Baldwin.
I don't know what you said.
What's wrong with yours? What's wrong with your Jeep? Does it run and drive? These guys could just strip it and run it right now.
You talking to me?
Yeah, Marty, your Jeep. What's wrong with it? Anything?
Yeah, it starts up and runs and everything. I mean, it's 4-wheel drive, straight six, automatic.
Yeah.
It's got steel wheels.
Oh, good. I mean, it'd be good enough for, you've built cars. You've built cars before. It's good enough to derby. That's what everybody wants to hear. Is it good
I
enough
can't
to
hear you,
derby?
Harley.
Is it good enough to demo? He can't hear me. He's got these earmuffs on and he's
Yeah, I think so.
Very ironic. Cool. How much you
You're
want
just
for it,
breaking
Marty?
up. I mean, when I can hear you, it's really clear.
Oh, cool. Well, how much you want for your Jeep? Should I make a note?
$100.
$100.
Probably be there tomorrow.
Now he's breaking up. $100?
Yeah.
Awesome. We got a Jeep for $100.
And there's no title.
Oh,
Sue
here we go. Here we go.
Sue won't like that at Simcoe.
No.
No.
All right. But we'll get a bill of sale with that. We'll sign it with all kinds of names. We got you covered. How about it?
You put them in a dump trailer, they don't even know what got in there.
That one goes on the bottom of the pile. So, no, that works. I'm going to get somebody lined up for that, okay?
Sure.
10-4. All right.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like next week. You got to give me about a week, though, because I got a thing going on right now where I got to swap some doors and shit out on it. But it'll have doors and all that shit on it.
Oh, here we go.
About tires.
Here we go.
Leaving the transmission in it.
Here comes the story. After we get done with Marty's parts Jeep, we'll get it out there for sale.
Will you bolt the new doors back on it?
No, you get a free pallet to take all the extra parts with you when you take her home.
They'll be in the trunk.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Marty. I think I got Justin Shaner on here. He says he'd take it, but he's a tire kicker. I'd watch him. Everybody
Well, that's
knows
150 for tire kickers.
Yeah, he got room for that. Ain't nobody got no time for that. All right, cool. Well, I'll be talking to you. I got some other stuff to talk to you about. We'll hook up over PM, and I want to get some pictures of that Jeep for myself. I might swing by, and then I can pass it along. So, cool. Marty,
Okay.
if you could keep your eye out for any more 6-cylinder compacts, Camaros, Buick, what are you thinking there? They're like the Buick LeSabres, the stuff like that, mid-size sedans, compact cars. That's what we're looking for them too.
Right. Luminas, all that shit, right?
Oh, come on now. Don't be teasing us now. We know you're looking for them.
I'm done derbying.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll tell you what, they're not around, but you get a hold of me directly with any of those, okay?
Johnny Wright.
right.
Yeah, well, no, Johnny's full. We'll get a hold of us over here
He got
right away on them.
He got a good raffle card.
Yeah.
So Johnny Wright.
Oh, yeah, he sure
Raffle.
does. And not a good one. Not a good one. Bad mojo on that one. Well, I'm gonna jump Marty off here. He's working on finding us some cars. And all right, thanks for the ring in, Marty. I'm just kind of playing around with this.
You
If
bet.
anybody else wants to add in here, just throw the request. I'm gonna try to bring some more people on here. Cool. We'll see you, Marty.
See ya.
Yep. Who we got here?
Hey, try clicking on Day as name
Come
to
out.
bring me
Help
on.
out. I'm looking for you, buddy. Bring him on. Bring him on. Look who's coming. We got you on the add button. Whoo!
Hey.
There he is. What's up with him?
You've been on mine.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. What's up, buddy?
Oh man, I've been plugging away a little bit, playing around with.
I know. I've been watching. I've been watching.
It's going good. We like our new banner, don't we?
Oh yeah, I love it. Bradley did a phenomenal job. I couldn't. He asked me what I wanted, and I kind of said something that had something to do with what we're after, and then something with a TV. And what he came up with was just phenomenal.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was right behind that with that nice flyer for the bone stock, and
Oh, yeah.
I think what I'm going to have him do is I'm going to work with him a little bit. He tells me he might draw me up a few drafts I can put together for each individual class or in groups of, so that I can do a flyer for the youth classes, and I can do a flyer for the or maybe several flyers for the same event, but.
Yeah,
Drop them where
that
they
would,
gotta go. Drop them where they
that
gotta
would
be.
definitely work out a lot.
I mean, when's the last time you seen a flyer for a Power Wheel Derby? What if I threw out,
Never.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
All right, so are you okay? Because you're looking a little kind of alienish right now. The X-Files being on Wednesday.
Hey, I was gonna put a pair of sunglasses on, and I thought,
We wanted to know if you'd still know who he was.
I thought this would work pretty good, you know.
Who is that guy, Mike?
You know, as you know, I was playing around with Scott on here. We were just trying to get some people to chime in and give us a little more input, and it's really tough to get some feedback. I'm kind of feeling your pain over here tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
You know, when I started sticking to 'em TV, I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. You know.
you know, like I said, I see a lot of people getting in here and the reactions and stuff, but I don't like the idea of playing around on my phone while I'm trying to use it as a camera. And then I want to check my stat. I want to do all this stuff, and I got my phone all tied up with it, using it as a camera.
You can still
Right.
swipe.
I hear you. That's why I have a laptop right next to me to where I can still answer any questions and while going live on the phone. Right now, because my phone is connected with Stick It To 'Em, that's why I'm on my wife's phone.
Gotcha.
No.
Well, you know,
That's why
I do appreciate the ad today. I noticed today I was kind of deputized. I got some special sign in there, so I can
Yes, you
keep
do.
playing around with this and you know and try to do it as offensively as I like to do. But I'll make sure anything I do has got my signature. Kind of will know me and you apart like a couple radio hosts by the end of this. But
Right.
and again, I know I'm looking at these first couple episodes like the basement reels for, you know, maybe a few summers from now when we look back and think, wow, that was kind of cool. You know, first thing I want to do is make sure I had a 2-hour run time. People asking, why is this interview going to go 2 hours tonight? I says, well, what if I got to do a 2-hour heat race? You know,
Right.
I want to see what kind of stuff I'm up against, or, you know, maybe we do a 2-hour build session in the garage at somebody's shop. I want to be there. Like you were saying, we're running into Wi-Fi issues and things. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every I've known that every phone company is different. Like, I wanted to go live at Fall Brawl, and I have Metro PCS, and unfortunately, I didn't have any signal strength down there. You know, so I didn't have any signal whatsoever. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to go live. That's why, you know, having other people, for example, you, to be able, if you have signal down in Fenton, if you can go live, we can hook it all up and go live from there. That's why, one of the reasons why, you know, I added you, and you'll be probably able to make it to some of the events that I can't. And to work with you is a complete honor. You know?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you've got your bases to cover up there too. I know your area and the drivers you're kind of try to pull into this thing. You know, it's too bad that interview last night went down the way it, you know, fell short or whatever. I think everyone would have liked to, you know, seeing the short interview you did with your brother, and I know the dedication that he puts into those cars, and I know there's other drivers up there, and I kind of want to take this out of the basement, or as I sit here at my kitchen table, you know, I mean, I want to take it out into the garage more and eventually land us on the track where, you know, looking into the cost.
Even like having what somebody mentioned last night, like a portable studio actually at the bike barn, to where, you know, before it all starts, we can.
We've got a small.
Go live.
We've got a small enclosed trailer we're going to put together that's actually got a view of the track. So hopefully we'll drag them in there behind a curtain. They'll say a few things before the demo. While they're signing up or in line, we're going to be grabbing them up and doing short 3-minute confessionals kind of thing. They're going to say right up front who they're coming for, who they're going to stay away from, you know, and how far they plan on making it. So it'll be interesting to see.
You know, I plan on coming down just to have fun. You know, this is something new as a driver. This is something new, but as I would say a TV host for Stick It To 'Em, again, that's new as well. So both scenarios for me coming down to the bike barn this year, it's gonna be complete. It's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait.
Got a question there,
Oh,
Herm.
yeah?
Is the bike barn going to have stock trucks this year? You commented a little bit on that
Oh,
earlier.
geez. You guys missed the phone call I took here just a minute
Yeah.
ago. Kurt Blackburn, I had somebody call me that I'm just going to leave his name off it because, you know, I don't know him right yet, but I hope he's planning on coming and such. But he guaranteed me he could bring me 10 trucks from Southern Illinois that wanted to run. And I told him in order to orchestrate a truck derby or so they landed on the right page to get a hold of Chris Cady at Too Fast Productions up there to get an idea of, man, if you guys want to run trucks, I'd love to see some trucks. I on the other hand, don't want to put my trucks in with the cars ever. Not a good idea. I mean, I don't like, I can go out there and just say, I just had a bad deal with the trucks and I haven't had them here. And stock trucks we had last time, we showed up with 2 of them. Weld trucks, I've had them there over the years. They show up, one of them, he sits on the trailer. I feel bad for him. I want to put him in somewhere. If you remember Tow Mater, we had a truck, costume designed, built to theme. We let Tow Mater run a few different times in different classes, and the crowd loved it. And, you know, we like the guys that put that together out of Clinton County over there, you know, DeWitt area. You might even say they're in Clinton or Fulton, both. And I want them to feel free to bring what they can, but what are we gonna do? What's the dates for the demos? And you see this guy here, Corey. Corey, I see your question. I'm gonna keep moving on these questions, Mike, as they pop up, because I've been
That's
asking
fine.
for them. Had my fingers crossed for all these questions tonight, and we ain't really got them. But what's the dates for the
What are the
demo?
dates?
That's like the 3rd most popular question. We like that one. It's an easy one. We do 4th of July weekend, which is going to be on the 30th, I believe, the end of June. We do Labor Day weekend, which is like the first weekend, or the first, actually, I think, of September. And we're going to do a cleanup derby, what we call last man standing, and that one's going to be the end of the September, and the last weekend, I believe, is 28th. Get the calendar out. All the races are on Saturdays. They all follow the Mudbog schedule at peatmonster.net. And May 12th is going to be a demolition derby only. It's the first time ever we've had the grounds for just demo derby.
An all-day demolition derby. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah, right. Well,
You never know.
2017, I got the first May show. You know, we landed on it. I can't say the first May show. We've done them before on Memorial Day weekend, but you know, Memorial Day is a hard one to get people to a demo derby. It's tough for the car count, and with Spring X being in April, I mean, I just didn't really want to try to take away anything from any, you know, spectators locally that might be driving down to Spring X or even renting it on the pay-per-view, you know. So we wanted to stay away from that date. And from our Twisted promotions a couple summers ago, we ran 2 May shows, and they both did real well. So last year we got a chance to do it, and I think we had 140 cars total for the day.
That's not bad. That's
No, it was a real good day. We had a little parking issue because of all the mass influx of cars. If you can imagine those trucks and trailers coming down the road that morning, I mean, they were following each other for quite a while as a train of them, and
like a
they just
convoy.
they all hit the pits at once, and we lined them in there, and it was a little bit of a work to get it just to set up just right. And then I'm anxious this year because without needing all that space where they were at, and we can change things around in the layout, so it's going to be pretty interesting. For the dates, I think we got that covered, and you can always go to peatmonster.net, follow the Mudbog schedule, get on Photos by John. You'll see all the pictures from the past
I know.
events.
Also, whatever events that you have going as far as on for the bike barn, I'm gonna post them on Stick It To 'Em's website as well. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Yeah, we'll probably do more of those, those live interviews and stuff there on the day of. And, I think that's going to work pretty good on getting them out there that afternoon. Maybe they're at work, they grab a glimpse of it, they know what's going on. And I don't know. Hopefully, if we do get a
Oh, yeah.
chance, sorry. I say, hopefully, if we get a chance to get down there to Spring X, wouldn't that be cool just to try it out a little bit? But
Oh yeah, that I think that would be pretty cool.
yeah, I don't know either on my schedule on this end, but so May
I mean,
12th,
if not, we definitely got May 12th and the rest of the year that we can try to work with as well. So. But back to the logo. That I really like that logo. I love that logo.
yeah, he did a
I
nice.
mean,
It was clean, quick, and easy for him. He
oh
was,
yeah.
yeah. He told me if we want anything else, we got it. So I might have him design us up a couple hats and shirts we can play around with and get
Pretty
something
cool.
kicking. Yeah, that signage is going to work out pretty good for
Turn
us.
that on Facebook and I'll figure that out over there.
What do you got?
Put that up on Facebook and I'll figure out to get the live feed on there.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen.
Nah, I will.
Yeah, well, who's got another question about how
we do
to
have
build a
another
bone stock
question.
car? Yeah, we need a bone
We do have
stock
another
car.
question. It's from Mike Bridgman. Our old school welcome in bone stock.
Oh yeah. There's no restriction to what kind of car it is. It's just in how you can build it. And then, as you know, with the bone stock stuff, you can cut anything off, but you can't add anything. We don't want you, and you can swap bumpers in some other, classes that day. But for this bone stock compact build off, if you're talking about, you're coming at me with questions for that. That's a mid-size compact race. Our good old boys are our one class of full-size stock wire. That's going to probably run up to 20 cars, one run, feature style. That class, you can change bumpers, you can change motors, you can change a lot of things, but you can't add anything. You can't add plates, you can't add, other components that braces and protectors and things that way. So shy of getting into the big car questions, you guys can PM me, PM the shit out of me. I don't care. I'm here for this compact build off. What I'm looking for is compact, mid-size, all the way up. I'll take the long cars. I'm not really wheelbase specific, but we're not going to let minivans in. We're not going to let trucks in. We're not going to let 4x4s in the bone stock build off. I really would like to find some drivers that would drive multiple cars.
I will.
Yeah, hey, what I need you to do is save up the boat tanks, swap your pumps and your batteries, and file the car over here, and take 2 or 3 of them, get them ready over the next couple months. If a driver has more than one car, he's going to get a priority. I'm going to move for him. He's going to come through, and we're going to, Johnny Wright, he's quick to ask. The motor swap for a bone stock compact.
No, man.
Jesus Christ.
You don't get it.
If you took a blowed 3.1 out of the W body and put another 3.1 in the W body, just like the GM tech at the Chevy garage is going to do it, I understand. You got a car for free that was blowed up, and you had a motor that a friend of yours gave you. Put it together. I understand.
Now, we have another question. It's what about pre-ran and they have plates already on for big cars, like if they ran before?
Well, yeah. This is drawing a big gray area that we may need to do a little cutting. How many times have you heard that story? If you built a car for a totally another race, raced that car, and then tried to take it to another track, you've already ran into this before. It's one place says I got to have bounce. Next place says you can tie the front down. Another place lets you run pump plates in the stock class, or the doors can be welded in a wire class. And there's just a lot of different small changes going on regionally over the Northern Illinois that we deal with. And to get it kind of more unified, I'm looking at 3 different classes. I'm going to do one that's very clean. Straight off the street is going to be competitive. Not going to be the car that might not win, but straight off the street is going to be a competitive build up against the restricted good old boys, what we're looking at. I'm pretty sure Josh came down before with your brother.
Yeah, he was down there with my brother.
Right, and he kind of gets the idea there. What's going to happen with his car here with these plates is instantly they're going to, he's going to say, hey, here's the plates. Okay, that's fine. But now I got to look at that car a lot closer. And you know why. I mean, it's, and chances are there's something else on there that we may not be able to discuss over the phone, or even if I came up and seen his car 2 weeks before the show. Sometimes I just can't make your pre-ran car fit, the way that it has to go,
Now, if, say, for example, this is my question. Say if somebody had, a pre-built car and ran it in a different show and that had plates on it, could they run it in a different class?
Oh, yeah.
If you wouldn't pass it for that, say,
right,
the good old boys class?
Well, the thing is, here's what I'm saying is, if all his car is $2 bill size plates behind the A-arm on a frame section at the firewall that may be puckered, and he put these plates on, if that was all it was, and I made him blow a quarter size hole in both of them and spray painted them white and said, pre-ran car, he cut to run, that's an official's call right there that day. And it's happened. But what we've, and other guys, and we've been talking about, what this third class brings is a chance for those cars to get fixed, repaired, and ran against another level. They're going to have door welding, body mounts. They're going to have possibly seam welded or even stuffed homemade bumpers. Okay. But these aren't going to be open weld cars. So if you know enough about big weld cars, and I say pro class, I think this is not open weld, and this is not wire good old boys. This is pro class, would be stand-up game, with all the good parts. It's just going to be clean frames and very competitive driving. So a guy with 2 plates on his very stock car, he may be forced to run this class. This pro class I'm farming, Mike, it is sort of an SS class, I guess, in description. So
pretty much whatever, the S, like he said, the SS class, that's pretty much another version of what you're trying to do, is the pro weld class, in a sense, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, something more to offer, another run in that long staircase of demo derby, to where I don't care where you started or where you ended. Every summer you're going to run a car, and let's say this summer you get a minivan. Well, I'm running minivans. Do I build my minivan like I built my 74 Impala wagon that year I had it? No, I don't. But if I found a 74 Impala wagon this winter and I had it sitting out back, I'm racing a 74 Impala wagon. I'm not going to build it and run it in a class it shouldn't be in. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, and that's kind of what I'm at with these wire cars that constantly it's fix and repair and plate and then you know what? And before you're there, you're running kind of a county fair build, mildly plated and stuff in your bent car. I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to put you up in another class, and you're going to have to build a new car after you're done racing. You know, I mean, if you're looking to finish your car off and it's a pre-ran car with plates on it, you're not going to go in a bone stock class and mop everybody up. You know, we're going to have, so if you're looking to run against the bone stocks, all right, I'm going to jump.
Questions.
Yeah, we're going to keep going on some other stuff here. Shane Ryan, any tire restrictions? Absolutely not. Goes against everything I stand for. I had to arm wrestle Scott Hall for 2 days over this, but no tire restrictions, but there is wheel restrictions. You cannot plate. I don't want a valve stem protector, right, Scott? Can't touch the rim.
No.
You can change the tire. You can double stuff it.
Fucking grease it.
You can grease them. You can flap them. You can foam fill them. But factory wheel, and you cannot add any metal. No stem protectors or nothing crazy like that. So if you're really trying to push the issue and you got 5 PMs of photos, blow up my inbox. I dare you. Let's do it. We're there.
Johnny Ray.
The more the better.
Johnny Wright's coming back with real questions now. He wants to leave the tank in the stock spot for bone stock compacts. I have had a couple calls on this. We don't prefer it, but we believe we're going to allow it. The cost, the equipment, nobody's got them. If you want to throw the car away at the end of the night,
It does have to be before the rear axle, though.
well, yeah, you only on these are Mike.
Just gotta say that.
Yeah,
You know.
I think Johnny Wright knows,
He
but
should know.
he's the devil's advocate all the time. You got to watch the guy. What he's saying though, he's saying on your bone stock compacts like Rockford Speedway, where you come from, you know how you do the
Yeah.
goblin, and at the end of the goblin, you go on the front stretch and you ram them all. Nobody's
Yep.
ever swapped a gas tank one time. Those batteries are in the front of the car, you know,
Yep.
and
It's pretty much like car off the street that's gutted, and they
yeah.
race, and then at the end they smash them all up.
That's
you
right.
know?
No, I went up
So-
there a lot of times with a bunch of friends, and we've had a bunch of fun in those types of cars. So on this bone stock build off, since it's so restrictive with the bumpers and the no welds and everything, I think I'm going to let them do their tanks. And if you don't want to move your battery, you don't want to move your tank, I'm not really going to be against you. I'm just going to feel like you sold yourself out right there. So
Yeah.
I'll have a fire department.
We'll try to put you out.
We'll make an attempt, but that's about it. I can't, no promises for Johnny Wright.
Shane Ryan, bring the forklift tires. No messing with the rims.
No restrictions on tires and no limits on fires. We're gonna, I mean, if your car catches fire and we can put you out and it still runs and you still want to drive it, I'm gonna let you drive it.
Goes over in the corner.
It's
and then
not
burns.
explosive. It's not contagious. It's not going to catch other cars on fire. We're
If
gonna
you
go
can
with it.
start it, heck, why ruin a perfectly good car
yeah.
if you can still start it?
Harley said you can't weld your. Yeah. So,
Quentin, we'll probably throw a match in yours.
I think they like my alien face too from the.
Yeah.
the X
Hey,
Files.
that's so appealing, you know. That's
Yeah.
so appealing.
Well, I was feeling a little self-conscious today, and instead of wearing sunglasses, I just took this thing on. So.
He's got
Hey,
a black
and it
eye.
plugs the X. If you think about it, it plugs the X Files. That's on Wednesdays on Fox. You know.
Yeah. So I
Seen
mean,
that. Yeah.
you know,
So it's a win-win.
Johnny, and
Get your
again,
mask
you want to
and-
leave the. Johnny's got one here. He's chiming in.
Leave it in.
Yeah, leave the windshield in. I don't care.
Leave the windshield wipers on.
You're going
too.
to take
You're gonna need 'em.
anything. You can remove anything, and you can add nothing. That's the age-old rule out there has been: take whatever you want off the car. You just can't add anything extra.
Glass has to
Well,
go. Other than
if
the
I ain't
windshield.
mistaken, I seen some videos from Mendota when people had windshields in for that last
Yeah.
Derby last year. So
Right.
Back
right.
when I ran, everybody ran windshields.
That was two of the cars we took down there. You know, they knew it was going to be freezing cold, and they thought that the heater was going to work. I think, but they said they didn't mind it. Now I think in the middle of the summer, I don't know. Maybe if you want to leave the windshield in, you don't have to take it out though. No,
I prefer the windshield too.
I would take it out, but hey, if you want to be in the car and you want one less way to get out of it, you want to leave some glass in that
well, I mean,
fire
if you
exit.
think about it, to some people that is bone stock. You know, you just gut it except for the window.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying,
No,
brother.
that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine. Yes, most cars and prize for the most cars. Here he comes. You know, I can see the LOL. I mean, he can't hide it. I want to do something, and I don't know who's going to get behind me and what we're going to have for them and everything else. It may even be a bit novelty, but the driver that can enter and do the best with the cars that he brings, I want to do something for him. As opposed to a Mad Dog, we're going to have the Bull Stock Build-Off Trophy. As opposed to a...
Get rid of that alien face. It's ridiculous.
I like
That's
my
what I
alien
told
face. You tell her to go and get. Okay, so where I'm going is back here to Johnny Wright. Johnny Wright says, most cars, prize, question mark, LOL, give her a like. Who leaves the glass in a derby car? Well, Johnny Wright. But anyhow, we're gonna do if you leave the windshield in was the question, and yes, you can. And moving back to his another thing about the most cars. I know I got his ears and gears turning here. Mike, what it's gonna be is the driver that does the best with the most entries. Like I entered 5 cars and I took qualified 2 and I went to the feature and I finished 7th. Another guy's going to be out there. We're going to tally his points the same way. So in their total for these multiple drivers, one of them is going to be with the trophy.
Bradley's got a good question.
Where's he at?
Not yet. What's the rules with pushing people onto the new walls where we told last year if you push someone onto them, you would be kicked out for good?
Oh yeah.
Well, that depends on what kind of mood old Gussie's in. See,
Yeah. Well,
they were new. Now they're getting broke in
yeah, we
because they were.
I would say if you hit a wall and you get stuck on there, like for one, that's going to be a hard hit, and 2, they're not so giving as the telephone poles you had.
oh yeah.
We'll push you back over it. Though.
What it is we've got loaders that run the perimeter. And if you get your car at a 45-degree angle up on the wall, we push them back in. So what happens is while you're on that wall, the skid steer will come up and push you in, and you can't hit a car that's on the wall. But the hit that caused this, and I got to take a second here, roll back to see Brad's been there a couple times, and he heard this why we announced it, and he thought we were crazy, but because we had just got these bricks, and it was the first time we were running. This guy had a Chevy Express van, V6, built it, brought it, and then ran against our minivans. We didn't like it. We didn't like the van. Nobody did, but we liked the guy who brought it. So we let him run. Everybody voted him in. We get him out there. He's putting around. They put him up on the wall, and one of our drivers came in and just delivered a nice hard hit on him. And while he was on the wall, and that frame ripped up the block and broke the block, and so he says you're going to treat the blocks like logs if they're on the block. Now, if you're up against the block, I feel sorry for you because you're getting stamped. You know, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Up against the wall is fine. On the wall, 45.
Yeah, after you're up over it, don't hit them.
Brad, that's what we're talking about right there.
Because they
That's
fly into the
a
stands.
dirty hit, and it should only be done at a track far from home. And if we catch a driver doing that, we're waving him off, and he comes in anyway, and he lands on the car that's 45, and launches it off the track. We have guardrails that'll catch the car, but it might hit an official. It could hit, oh my God, we got somebody writing a book.
Justin's.
We got somebody writing a book here.
Justin might need a tissue.
So you're going to allow drivers to keep the battery and gas tank in their stock positions if they want. As a driver, I find that a little unsettling and unsafe. If you see that, oh my God. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Justin, this is only for the bone stock build off. If it's not for you, build a different car. Come race a different time.
Bring your fire suit and sit in the grandstands.
I mean, I can get some bulletproof glass and I can build you a little bubble. We can put you up on the tower. It's only going to be a 10-car heat. These cars are going to be assembled in hours, not days. These are going to be real quick strips.
Heck, you could probably drive the car there and strip it.
Yeah,
if you want to.
When what we do, here we're just trying to get a lot of
like that.
Yeah, just you can drive it there and strip it. There's a dumpster.
Hey, what day was it that we built a car with about 4 different tools? Pair of pliers, wire cutters.
Yeah. And
your sawzall.
Yeah, I mean, if you was to have enough stuff, enough friends, whatever. I mean, I know you can build these cars in hours. I mean, I'm not cutting them any breaks. But as far as a little unsettling and unsafe, if you hit a guy with his tank and
don't watch so much
he goes
TV.
on fire and
just like
ain't unsafe as well as I've seen as in most, because by faulty gas lines or electrical issues that could be reignited. Yeah, it could be. And that's, you know what?
Built your car stock.
Reading Justin's post 4 months, 5 months away from the Derby, I would say, you're right, Justin. I'm going to grab a boat tank and I'm going to make a tank and I'm going to bolt it to the floor and I'm going to move my battery but 2 or 3 days before the Derby, if you find that extra car, hey, just bring it on up. Let's do it. Like Chapo says, dumpster derby.
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna, if you want, you can strip all that stuff, throw it in your pickup, and pack it back in the car.
Yeah.
I mean,
park next to me. I'll throw my shit in your truck too.
Yeah, we're gonna have a vendor there buying cars. You'll strip the car and sell it right there at the track, kind of like your Rockford, right, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah.
For the most part, they have a dumpster there.
A little more restrictive on the front bumper thing, but your Rockford Goblin car is the same build I'm looking for, and I think 4 cylinders versus 6 cylinders, it's about all good.
I ain't seen anything blow up.
And Martin, yes, you can leave the 4x4 hooked up on that Jeep. Everybody knows that. Well, you might want to hurry. You just put it out. It's only $100.
Oh shit.
Unless we're taking offers. Anybody got more than $100 for Martin's Jeep tonight?
Buy it and auction it off.
101 right here.
101. Scott, well, I mean, you had him at 100. Scott says he'll take it for 100. You know where he lives?
Probably find out.
Yeah. Martin Sanders there. You got Scott Hall. You at $100. Why don't you reach out to Scott Hall for take his $100. All right, any more stupid
Scott, do you have any nicknames on the trick?
Oh, no.
Oh, Scott Hall?
Jackass sometimes if I accidentally bump something on your derby car.
What's those one guys that help out in the
off?
flood? They fill those bags with the shovels and the big pile.
Yeah.
What's that? What are those guys called? They fight the floods. They're freedom. They're volunteer too, ain't they?
I think so.
I think they're volunteer. They show up when the river goes real high and they fill those.
I put up with a lot of shit for free, just like Harley.
They work hard, but
I'll push your car in your trailer or in the back of your truck for you as long as we get her out of there.
This guy loves to run a skid loader. And if you got cocky coming out of your car and you think you got some fight left in you and you
might be the last one off the track.
You think you're going to go toe-to-toe with a skid loader driver and tell him which way to go and this, that, and the other, your car goes sitting on the track for a while.
Oh, seriously, on that note, though, stands, and the drivers need to stay in their goddamn car. So when it's over, they can steer that piece of
Shane
shit
Ryan, you
to the trailer.
win. Shane Ryan wins.
Scott Sandbagger.
That's what they called those guys. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Real quick, Harley, the SS class, I had a guy, Mike, ask, he was one of the guys that I was actually going to interview yesterday. The SS class that Corey has, that's your pro weld class that you're doing, right?
Right. That's kind of where we're heading. Clean frames, minimal plating, nice, good competitive car, but all the product, and I would never call it Icon SS class. Obviously that's, something that I would, if Tori would send out the invites on his letterhead, hell, that'd be great. But it's our race, and we got to come up with our own classes. But these classes come from other races that have different divisions we need to work with. And I see the thing at the Goblin 250 Enduro in Rockford as such a simple build, if you will, that a lot of guys get together and they build a team of cars. They get together, they help someone else find a car, and they help somebody else with maybe some advice on what tires to run or which one to do. And I need to bring that back to this bone stock. I need to get the rules down to what do they say on the back there? It's like 20 simple rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I think they're on the right thing. And my first rule is just going to be, don't be a dick. Just be cool. Don't come out there and try to push around a grumpy old guy on the skid loader. He ain't gonna like it. And you ain't gonna like none of him if he don't like anything you got going on. You know what I mean? You come out there.
Right.
There's an old man that owns the place, and if he heard me refer to him as the old man that owns it, he'd probably come at me pretty hard there. So a lot of people that put a lot of volunteer work in out there, and if it's your first couple times there, take it with a grain of salt if they come at you kind of hard, because they're dealing with a lot of things at once, so Marty Sanders wants to trade a small block Chevy motor for this Jeep. Now, he is really getting some airtime tonight on this Jeep, but I would never personally get rid of any small block Chevy that lit on fire with tie-in 2, touch 2 for a Jeep, anything. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do that to one of my small block Chevys. Would you, Mike?
No.
No, me neither. We're high-fiving, face palming, pow right there into it, pow. And that's what we get for dumb questions. Pow.
I think what he's trying to say is he'll take a Chevy motor for the Jeep.
Yes. So not me, and not Mike, maybe not even Scott here. Let's see here. Scott Hall, would you trade a perfectly good running small block for a Jeep anything?
Probably not.
Nope, probably not. That was quick.
No.
Sorry, our camera is not exactly on a thing that can. Whew.
But I better go over and pay for that Jeep right now.
Yeah, he does have $100 for you, Marty. He's got $100. Anybody got $100 small block? Scott, Scott's gonna give Marty $100. He's coming your way.
Just buy the skid loader toast Sunday morning. He will like you the next derby.
Yeah, Scott's always up for free breakfast,
Hey, I'll put on your trailer one at a time.
Yeah,
one way or another, your car will either come home or stay there. One of the two.
So only 2 guys running skid loaders, so it gets a little. We got so many cars coming anymore that takes a little time.
Right.
Try to keep the show rolling. That's why I want everybody to park a little more wisely this year, so they're kind of parked at the right angle and push the car off the track. And if you're done, then we'll push you right on the trailer. Done with you. Go get the next one. Done. Then if you want to leave, you can leave. Or you should stick around and watch the rest of the show. But
I don't think there's ever a problem helping somebody get their car loaded up after they race, but
yeah, that's true when he gets old.
Sometimes they
Now,
end
Scott,
up.
you on Derby on May 12th too?
My kid? You never know.
Do you plan on?
Oh
No.
yeah, well,
do you plan on doing
I think I just bought a Jeep.
it?
I want to try and run a bone stock though, really. You know, that's my thing. Bone stock has always been my thing. I just love going out there and feeling equal with the other guy instead of what he do to his car. You know, what he do to his car? Because I don't spend a lot of time in my car. I don't give a shit. I just want to go out there and have a good time. Smash it. You know. One year,
Yeah.
you know, I did pretty good. I still had the headlights still worked in my car. So,
They still worked after he took first place. I was there.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Really?
won the Derby, and his headlights worked. What were those volunteers that help out when the river gets high again?
Yeah, huh?
Handbaggers.
With the there you go with the shovels. The guys with the shovels. Oh,
It's just because I didn't drink as much beer was the truth.
his headlights they worked after the Derby. First place.
And I opened the door and stepped right out of it. Didn't even wire it shut.
Now the real question is did you drive it home that night?
Huh?
I said the real question is did you drive it home that night? I mean, heck, the headlights worked.
I could. I left the windshield in it.
He did. He did. It was.
Who needs AC when you have the air?
It was
From
a
the
good
road.
car. And I got that car for free.
It was a free car. You know, those free cars they owe you nothing. That's the truth.
Right?
They do.
I mean, you can't really complain. Let's be honest with ourselves. You can't really complain a car that's free
Oh no.
No.
if your intentions are to be.
And I mean, I know I've done this a lot of summers in a row, and some years I've ran really fancy, nice cars with great equipment, and you race against that level. So imagine coming out and being able to run bare bones against someone with maybe 15, 20 years of driving experience, but the cars are identically equal. I mean, and with the layout we got and the chance we got to do these open qualifiers, you know, your first 10 cars through inspection are the first heat. After that, you have 8 cars going back to fix it and 2 cars going to the impound. So as the
Now, when they're in the impound, will they get a chance to look over it and try to mess with it at all?
No, you get to park it. So if you can see something when you're parking it, I mean, if you take a list of the tires that you need, or tie rod's broke, or you got some repair to do, that car's going to be wrapped up under lock and key there until the end of the last qualifying heat. Now we run qualifying heats. I have up to 100 spots, and it gets kind of monotonous when I keep trying to explain it. Do I think I'm going to get 100 cars? I hope. I doubt. Okay, even in my own mind, don't think it's going to 100 cars. No, I shoot for 100 entries, or I have, like I say, 100 opportunities. So the one winner is a representation of just 1% of those 100 cars. And 10 rounds, 2 winners per round. What we did last year, we came up, we didn't have enough. We had 5 cars sign up for the 7th qualifier. The 7th round only had 5 cars. So we ended up running a 5-car qualifier down to 1. And we took, I guess, you know, the 1 out of 5 with the 12 out of the previous 6. So we had a 13-car feature that went down. So that's the open schedule of it. I can't take pre-entries. Unfortunately, I'm just not set up for it. And I think a
Give it time.
pre-entry. What's that?
I said, give it time.
Oh, well, I don't really think a pre-entry would be, it'd be nice to be set up that way, but you would still have to kind of get up there in line. And I think you would still start as order of you pass tech. So first 10 cars that pass tech are the first heat. And as that tech line fills, if you were to bring your multiple cars up, let's say this is a scenario where a driver's got 3 vehicles for this race. If you were to bring them all up, I would line you up and register all 3 cars in 3 different heats. You can drive one car and come up again and sign in another car. You can do them all at once. You can do them one at a time. There's a lot of avenues and a little pit strategy that each team is going to want to do with these multiple vehicles. If like a case where 4 guys built 4 or 5 cars and they decided they were going to have one guy run them, that one guy is going to accrue these driver points over the event every time he's out there. These are the drivers I'm kind of looking for. If you know somebody that's kind of gifted with scrap cars that he could come up with 3 or 4, 5 possibly. I don't think anybody's capable of running all 10 heats. I don't know. Do you think anybody could run all 10 heats? I mean, do you, Mike?
You're a guy who can.
Huh?
He might be sore.
Well, I mean,
Or have a hell of a derby team behind you.
I mean, you'd have to have a crew,
Right.
but could one guy run all 10 heats?
That is a very good question.
We would help. I'm here to help you. If you're that guy that wants to try to run, hell, 5 or more.
Quentin Castro did.
Quentin Castro
Tried
ran
it one
7.
night.
He did run 7
Yeah, he did.
heats
Yeah.
total. Now he drove and rode in 7 heats of the, what we
The
have.
last one.
Yeah, no.
Last derby.
Oh, at the last Derby. No, yeah, at the
Or
last
the one
Derby, he
before.
rode in 7 of the 9 classes we had.
And helped drive kids compact.
Yeah, he was in quite a few.
Or drove it.
So if there's somebody out there, like I say, that's kind of gifted in the compacts, I would love to see them bring a ton of cars. I'll work with you. We got a Friday night drop, like we were saying, come on down. I'll have a little roped off area. We'll throw a car cover over it. We'll throw pop a tent, maybe a tarp, whatever. We'll make sure it's safe and secure. You know what I mean? And just unhook the batteries and wrap the cars down. And that next morning, we're gonna be out there at sunrise. Or say we got people camping, so I'd like to see the cars showing up a little early, and then I'll get a good handle over the next few months. If there's a driver that's wishing to go for these multiple entries, I will work with you and get you a good pit spot too. I mean, I'll know you're coming and I'll have you a spot that fits up right there off the tech lane so you can get your 5 or 6 cars in, So
Right.
nobody's driving the second car, Justin. What happens if the driver with the multiple cars qualifies multiple times? He takes his best car. Those other 2 or 3 cars, he gets them out of impound. They're just parts cars. He's already basically, look at it like this: of the top qualifying positions, those multiple car guys have scratched the final positions. So, they can't run 3 cars at once, or they can't just park the car, jump in another one. So
Now, keep in mind, there is going to be a consolation heat as well, right?
well, the 10 rounds are consolate. 9, it's an open buyback up to 100. So that is the consi. Now, at the end of the night, and when we talk about our night show, the main event from the bone stock, that 20-car feature we're building, and I think the big question here Justin has is let's say that second or third time he qualifies, which, hey, I hope you qualify and still run your other cars, because that's a driver too I'm looking for, somebody that's there to wreck some cars, not just come qualify in his first car and load all of them up and just wait,
Wreck them all.
Yeah, geez. I mean, I could understand you got cars built for the rest of the summer now, but if you bring 5 cars and you enter them all, I want to see you run them. So we're going to be working with you that way. That'd be kind of crazy, I mean, outside of this, what Justin's saying is guy wins 3 different times. And he goes to the feature in his best car. He says, I think Justin's asking, who's driving those other 2 cars? And I say, nobody. I say, that's nobody. Those cars, they took their finishing position as qualifying for that 20-car feature. So multiple drivers, they may slim that down. Let's say we had a few multiple drivers and there was only 15 finalist that took the track because of the multiple cars. So those drivers that, they got a time to take a scratch, but
Right.
yeah.
Justin Bridgman, he said,
What did he say?
half his family could run 10
Oh
cars.
yeah, half his family.
We're talking
So
one person.
half can run 10. So if his whole family ran, we'd have 20.
Yeah.
I like math.
I hate math. I'm horrible at it.
How about Justin?
I'm good at.
No, Justin Bridgman. He says half his family could run 10 cars. And the other
I know Justin. I know a lot of people in his family do derby. So I mean,
good. Well,
whether
if Justin
whether
can go
it-
hunting, oh, there's another one coming up. We need Justin hunting cars. So it's the driver to qualify as not the car. Justin Dennis, one more time. Justin, the driver and the car qualify together. We had one last year. He qualified in the first heat. He went out in the pits and celebrated. He took the Budweiser straight to the dome. And they came up and they wanted to have his passenger drive the car. He drive passenger. And I says, if he's too drunk to drive, the car's too drunk to race. They qualify together. Since the event's sponsored by Budweiser, we can use alcohol for fuel in the car and the driver. And
Most of them run on that anyway.
we're not against having a couple beers and hopping in the derby car. I understand. But if you lose your cool, you and the car are together. So if the car's broke, you can't derby, right? And if you get drunk,
yeah.
you can't derby. So if you're broke, car's broke. Car's broke, you're broke. So you go back in the pits, get drunk, you can't drive your car. Car can't be driven anyway. So it says here, so it's the driver to qualify as to not the car. What he's thinking of is, you remember like ancient demo derby, the guys would be able to go back in the pits and get a car that ran a heat before and oh yeah, you could swap this guy and take his car out to the feature under your name.
Yeah.
And that was something that they used to do to trade cars.
It's fair.
But we don't have it set up that way. If that driver feels that second car is that important to be out there, he can pick that one and not the other one. So he takes his best.
We did have a question from Marty. He asked seat bar or any cage for bone stock compacts.
We're thinking we're gonna allow if you're gonna run a passenger in the car, we're gonna allow a bar on the outside of the car.
Yeah, your door bar that
they used to do it that way a long time ago at the fair. You got to run a bar on the outside of the door.
I don't mind a seat bar to keep the seat from breaking. And the thing is we're not gonna have any kind of 4-point cages, and there's gonna be no connection from anywhere. But on a lot of the compacts, the back seat bar, you're mounting your gas tank on that back seat bar. I go for that. That makes life a lot easier sometimes, but nothing too creative. I know Marty Spears, some bitch will plate it up. He'll have a piece of sewer pipe in there, look like he's building.
No, he'll be in the wire class.
Oh, shoot, man. You don't even know. Ain't no way he can get one in stock unless he brings his Gambler car from that Gambler 500. There's But anyway, Marty, put a little something in there that you'd leave in the car when you scrap it. Nothing too big. Don't put anything in you'd have to cut out. Let's just restrict you that way. That's all I'm at. So who's got another one? Chapo's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still watching. I'll play around with some stuff.
For the good old boys class, I know we're discussing the bone stock build off, which
yeah. And you're looking at those full size cars again. The
only reason is because that's one of the cars that I'm bringing. I'm gonna try to find a bone stock car to bring.
That's good. That's good.
The doors. Now, to keep the doors shut, there can be no plates welded onto them. Correct?
We don't want to do any door weld. We want to just stay away from the door weld in what we like to call wire class. We don't weld doors in wire class. A lot of that this last summer, guys showing up, welded doors and wire class. Okay, why and how did that ever happen? But what we're gonna attempt to get them back on board with is wire class. You got a couple spots per seam, some chain, wire, cable, seat belts, something. But the duct tape on the top of the pillar, I had a question today that is there welding going on underneath that duct tape, and I don't think there is. I don't ever cut it open to see. I don't have a problem with duct tape on the top of the door seam.
No.
Not at all. But if you welded underneath your duct tape and got away with it, I don't know what you got away with. You welded under duct tape.
You got us.
You're a master of the
got us.
sport.
You're going to win.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna win.
Big
You're a winner.
trophy wrapped in duct tape. Your trophy should be wrapped in duct tape. You're a champion under the duct
The
tape.
whole trophy should just be duct tape.
It should be. I mean, but anyway, I mean, and again, I've had those doors where a buddy of mine stripped the car and he took the guts out of the door and he took the latch off the pillar. I mean, he stripped the car, right? He was tearing apart all kinds of shit he didn't need to. So I come to the door and it's like, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to slam it shut and grab the Miller and put like 3 inches of door strap on there and hold the door shut, and I've had that case. I understand, but you're not going to come in with doors, seams welded on the front only and these rules. And I don't care. It's just too hard to separate it. People in the grandstands see door welds on a wire class as that guy's out there and his front end ain't bending and they see the doors welded. I got kind of
there might be a fight.
Yeah, it gets a little technical there for a minute. What's that little town in Missouri where they burnt the 7-Eleven?
Oh, after
Uh-huh.
What's that town there? The 7-Eleven in Missouri, they burn it down by a little riot, little famous riot here not too long ago.
Missed it.
Oh, that it starts with an F. Ferguson.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little Fergie out there once in a while, Get a little Fergie, It gets a little Fergie over stuff like that. We got a lot of beer going on in the grandstands, a lot of opinionated spectators that pay to get in there. And if they can call bullshit on your car from 5 stairs up in the grandstands, what do you think the other drivers think of you? You know what I mean? Just
Right.
Seriously, you got to play by the rules. And if you're breaking them, just keep it to yourself, because I ain't trying to hear you brag about cheating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't.
And Ed, what I think is that makes a good derby is the driver that's willing to do whatever it takes, no matter, even if it means destroying his car, to put on a good show for the crowd.
Yeah, drive it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many levels of this whole sport nowadays. You can do a damn, like I say, compact. You can do a full size car. You can grab a minivan. You could get just Marty's Jeep. All of a sudden you got where years ago you had one demo derby. And if your dumb ass took a Chevette, you ran against the wagon. You didn't get to take your Fairmont to a Fairmont class of just Fairmonts and smaller. Your Mercury Zephyr and that Fairmont went right in there in the big show. 6 cylinders or 8 or not. It was one derby.
Got some more dumb questions.
Oh, which one?
If it's a
driver's door and only scab welded, Justin.
Oh boy.
We're not doing any welds on the doors.
Bring your torch.
What if we made Justin the head of the new scab welded driver's door only class, and we trophy it for 3 spots. You can scab weld your driver's door. You'll be the only one there with scab welds on your door as we argue about it for 30 minutes before the Derby, and it holds me up, makes me late, and I'm mad and angry, and I miss a free Budweiser over it, and now we're really holding a grudge. So no door welding, dude. Nope.
No welding on your car at all.
I don't know if
Bone
you met
stock, no
Scott Hall
weld.
yet, but
You'll be right in the.
he's the
you'll be right
nice
in the
one.
wire
He's the
class.
one that said he'd come in here and answer questions tonight. I was going to hit up J.R. Fortune and a couple other guys that help us check cars. And, I got Jack Cochran. I know he'll probably watch this at work and tell me what I did wrong. But
It's all right. Constructive
it's cool.
criticism.
We're gonna do a bunch of these until people are sick of it, because they're gonna be like,
Till they
what?
quit asking that question.
What a dumbass question. Who in the hell is asking it? You know what I mean? It'd be like so obvious by then. But as of right now, it's a good question, because how does Justin know that he might come up here and run and do fairly well? But if he comes up here and he's got his driver's door welded and his bumper changed because he raced there 2 years ago, and he said, well, 2 years ago, the guy who won had a little weld on his driver's door and he had a bumper welded on the car, and I come to race, so this is what I built. Well, you didn't grab this week's newspaper and see what was playing at the show, bud. You need to come get in tune before you come over and get thrown in against the minivans that night, because you built to last year's deal.
I'm sure they'll come running to you when they get mad. I'm gonna go tell
Oh, I
Harley.
know.
I'm gonna tell
There's
Harley.
you can still hard nose. I think Brad's asking about the full size again. Again, going to get real confusing with my big car guys asking big car questions, and I got little car guys that I'm crying to help get into the sport and bring them alive. We're talking hard nose on a big car, Brad. That's okay, and that can still be done in a stock kind of deal. You're not hard nosing anything on this bone stock. You're leaving the bumper. Plastic covers preferred.
Yeah.
Bumpers that push in and then come back out.
We're going to show them what the damn factory built,
If you got hubcaps, leave them on, some bitch.
Hood emblems, that's what we're running.
Turn your radio up.
Hey, believe it or not, my first derby that I did, we left the radio in there and the speakers in the dash, and the radio actually did work. So before I did my first derby at
That's
Boone,
what I'm talking about.
I was listening to the radio.
That's right. This is
Me
the
too.
car. This is everybody's first derby car, is the race I'm trying to put on here. We've got a chance at the grounds. We got a brand new facility as far as the track goes, and we're going to have the whole day dedicated to demo derby. I don't know if I could round up any help to orchestrate it, but I would love to put a section together in the pits to offer. If you pay your gate fee, you can sell out of the back of your pickup truck. So come May 12th, if anybody wanted to get with me on by PM, or maybe I can even get a special list together. I've got a special spot set up that usually is our, like the Mud Bog uses it for their pro pits. We could bring pickup trucks full of parts and tools and toys for sale.
Swap me.
And we can do a little swap. Yes, Shane, no mud bogs. Hooray, hooray. Demo only that day, May 12th, all demo, all day. So maybe we could set something up like that too, throw up a little, clean the sheds out, bring in some spare parts and make a few bucks, for all the drivers, kind of.
Right.
Even if you were just coming to watch because you were a little curious, you still might be able to come in there and, maybe we get a core buyer together or get somebody like that in there. Yep, Sammy's bringing parts. Yep, see there? We got one guy.
Big shout out to Sammy too. He does a lot of scrapping and salvage recovery up here where I'm at, and he is very fair
Sammy,
about that too.
I've known him a long time. I was saying, Sam, if you're listening right there, why don't you just fill this screen with some thumbs if you'd like to buy some cores that day too? Would you buy cats and or Would you buy any type of cordless?
I'm pretty sure Sammy would. You know, I mean,
I think there's a like
if
or
it
two.
helps
Look
out
at
the
him.
drivers.
He's on there. So why don't
There
I
you
start
go.
putting that out there? Hell yeah. We'll put it out there that Sam and their guys are gonna buy. I mean, I wonder, we probably get together. Sam, give me a few more if you give $100 for a car body at the end of the night. I mean, is that, because I know the shredder's close. I'd have to get you in there, but that's what I'm trying to set up. I want to get a car buyer and a core buyer. So after the Derby, I want somebody there that's going to buy cars and I know Sam's there to buy cores. Sam will probably buy a car or two. And like I said, we got the shredder right down the road, so I'm sure I can get him set up to just haul from there the next couple of days, you know.
So Justin Shaner, sorry if I butcher your name, said that Harley's buying the hot dogs all night. Is that true, Harley?
I think Shaner just wants a hot dog.
Sammy said, yes, I want to sell. And then he also said, I buy every day. So
He does. Yeah, I always see him out there asking for business on Facebook, you know, to buy unwanted cars and scrap every day. So like I said, if there was a way that I could help Sam out and have him be one of the vendors to buy in cores and parts and car bodies, that'd be cool. So I think we got that labeled up. That's going to happen now. But this is kind of junk in the trunk type flea market, impromptu flea market thing tonight. That's a pretty decent idea.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, I mean, you got bent headers or hell, a transmission that's no good, and you know, you bring it down to the Derby and a guy says he'll give you this or that for it, or maybe you trade them for some tires to the guy sitting next to you, and we'll have that little corral over there. So from here to May, it's finding all the boat tanks. We're on a little mission, right, Mike?
Yes, we are.
We're gonna find every boat tank. If you know where a boat tank is, grab a hold of it, get it on here.
Yeah, speaking of that, think I got a couple of mine back from you?
No.
Now, I do
don't
have.
let Harley borrow it. They're gone.
When you say boat tanks, do they have to be metal or plastic, or can they be both?
Metal ones are better.
We
I've
prefer
tried
some metal.
Plastic ones are kind of crap if you ever used one.
You know, the three
Oh,
little.
I have. They do suck, but I figured I'd ask for those who, you know,
Oh, yeah.
might have that question.
Yeah.
Well,
Sammy goes, I have about 3 truckloads of parts to sell.
I think that'd be cool. We'd have Sam down the night before and get him all set up with a nice area. I know they'll be running cars, so you know, instead of putting you way out back, Sam, I got a spot for you up under the lights. You'll have a nice spot. So I guess we got to get to that day to figure out what we're going to do with you. But I know a spot for this flea market that's going to work out and
better get the camper ready, huh?
keep these.
Will there be concessions today?
Concession stand. Yes, sir. He says. I know it. It's going to be a good time. So. On the other note, Sammy, if you could find me any 6-cylinder compact mid-size cars for the 100, you know, the cars I'm looking for, we're even open to taking Camaros and hell Chrysler Sebrings and Dodge Stratus, whatever. You know, we don't care. We're not. This is the Intrepid. This is the car that you're not going to save to race at your local fair, but you don't want to. You know, I know you guys would just feed it to the shredder, drive it across the scale, but from here till May, if I could keep everybody hunting for a few more junk cars, we got a lot of drivers. And if you want to post them on here on the Stick It To 'Em TV page, we'll just start putting it on here and posting it. And
definitely, for sure. One thing that I would like to see try to happen on May 12th is back to the Stick It To 'Em thing, how we have a trailer that we can set up for interviews. I actually would love to see if someone could help us out by building us a banner that has our logo on it. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I already got this thing, the one we got, you know, now that I got it on my phone, I already forwarded it off. I'm getting it printed. So within
Awesome.
the time you see me next week, it should be as big as this fruity ass stuff in the background here, you know. Something I can cover
Anything
up
helps, you know.
Yeah, my interior decorating. I know you guys love what I'm doing with the place there, but
Oh yeah, It's so you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna work on a banner about that big right there. So
That'd be awesome.
yeah,
You know.
maybe
So
even
I mean,
some of those trucker caps. Like get some
yeah.
of them trucker caps. So during the interview, you get you a cap and you get on out. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
you're big
For
time.
sure. And like I was I don't know if you heard me last night. What I would like to do is as far as when they're getting the cars off the track, have Stick It to 'Em TV interview the winner of each individual heat. That would
For
be, I
sure.
think, be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you out on this track.
If I'd probably put you right over by that impound area, so you can do the interview in front of their car.
Yeah, I think that would be definitely for sure pretty cool.
I just hope we can get these cameras together with the Wi-Fi and everything. I might even say, one of these weekends your schedule frees up, I'm going to have you come down here to my place, and I'm not far from the track. Maybe we could even go there and just kind of do a short 5-minute thing, walking around. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
testing a few
I
things.
think that'd be pretty cool.
Because I know there's people that they see us chime on here once a week, they're going to start following us, and then they'll see us setting up for the event. Maybe we'll do a couple empty bleachers type things down there,
Marty wants to get in the Jeep. Now Marty's thinking about running the Jeep.
Yeah, I know. You waited. You should have had it bought before the broadcast was over. That would have
I
been.
know it. Should drove right on over.
So how are we doing on time, Mike?
Well, I mean, we're doing pretty good. It's 8:49, or actually 8:50. So I know we had a little bit of issues. I went on live, you went on live. So I mean, we're down to like 7 people viewing, which it was up at like 16, which is pretty good.
I noticed it gets a lot more views afterwards. A lot of times people jump on here and listen to our babble. And it's not scripted. This is live. We just we're just
off the top of our head.
Yeah, we're just.
I mean, the only thing that I have scripted. The only thing that I ever have scripted is things that I need to make clear and let people know about, or remind myself to mention, like the website. If you go to our Facebook page, we do have a link that you can click for the website, which also at the bottom of the website is a YouTube logo, which if you click on that, it'll send you to our YouTube page. After every episode, I do download them to my computer and upload them to YouTube as well. So, I mean, if you can't see it on here, or you want to see it later down the line, you can always check it out on YouTube. And then the questions that I normally ask for people. But other than that, nothing's ever scripted.
Right. Well, and again, we're trying to keep this off the cusp of adding any kind of cost or extra staff or anything that anyone else would have to do. And, in future, we hope with the advancements of, if you think about 10 years ago and lugging around the equipment it took just to record a demo derby, compared to what we're going to be able to do live, I mean, is just hopefully, hopefully we can just take advantage of every advancement that comes as standard on these Android devices,
Right. And like I said, I know they make Wi-Fi cameras. For example, them GoPros. They do make Wi-Fi for that. Just every little bit helps too.
Yeah. Well, and it's about getting it out there. Like I said, we're going to be available. You can PM Mike or myself, and I will get you in touch with anybody as far as got any kind of any kind of info that you might be trying to read between the lines. I'll straighten you up, let you know what you're thinking, whether it's right or wrong, and hopefully we can get you on the same page where you can spread the word, bring friends, get enough people together to where we make this spring show a big success. I've got quite a bit riding on it with living up to the expectations of last year. We fell a little bit short. I'm not one to set a goal and not get it or make a run for it again. So I guess. So
is he going to try and go live watching some of our derbies?
Oh, live for sure. Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be live.
Yeah.
Everything.
You're gonna full heats live.
Yeah.
Full heat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be investing in some portable charger power banks. So I mean, if you guys have like generators that we could hook up to where we can
Oh,
get
yeah.
the
I got a
keep the
nice
cell
little
phone
trailer you
charged.
could work out of, actually, if you wanted to.
Yeah. Our little.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that trailer we're going to set up for the interviews, I think, will be a nice deal. Get the drivers in there out of view, and we're going to use it like the real world confessional booth. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to get them in there.
Yeah.
We're going to get them to talk some smack while the other people are out there listening to it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Make it sound secluded and get their actual opinions on what they expect to happen for an outcome
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, I plan on getting you on the back of one of the side by sides and running through the pits. We're going to do a couple drive-by interviews, where we'll stop right there at their pits and catch them in their natural habitat, if you will.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I am guilty of having too much fun once in a while. We get out there and it's just a really good time. And I mean, there's a little bit of organization to the mass chaos, and there is a competition going on, but I'm not going to let that cloud the reason we go down there. And again, we love the high purse, large national events, and we have much respect for them. But that is not what we're doing. We are on much lower ranks of local and regional competition. That it's more of a pro-am, if you will. Like, people come to enjoy the demo derby there, not necessarily to run it as a national championship where we're just coming in. It's light dress casual. You just come on in and as you are, and like I said, I think everybody finds their home there. We do offer, it's kind of loose on the liquor restrictions. So since it's sponsored by Budweiser, you can bring in your own alcohol, or we prefer it be Budweiser.
No glass.
And there is absolutely no glass container. You got that on the rules all the time. So if that offends you, I do lose some people once in a while, but I'll tell you, a lot of times, it says it on every can, drink responsibly, and I hold people to that.
Oh yeah.
I have worked with the sheriff's department in the past to keep the kind of and I hate to even use the word violence, but once in a while, the tempers will flare at a demo derby, and I can handle it on the track. But when it happens in the pits or in the grandstands, I have to have security handle it, and unfortunately, the best security I can find is the sheriff's department. So
right, and like Bradley said, word of mouth is the key. Give it time, and the views will definitely go up. That's pretty much all it is people spreading the word about Stick It To 'Em TV and about the event coming up. I mean,
get us a banner.
like I said, the whole reason I created Stick It To 'Em TV is for the small town derby teams, the sport itself, and for the folks that enjoy the sport but not necessarily are able to go to it.
Oh yeah, no, I got a lot of friends that they're not going to come out there and drop $50 and pay the pit pass and the parking and pay to get their friend in that has short a few bucks, or they're not set up that way to do it. And they live off of watching Bob's YouTube videos after these derbies, and I see the feedback from that. I say, this will be nice to take one more loop. I mean, Bob's still going to video the derbies as far as I know, and with that YouTube channel he has, coverage is really good. The in-car views, I don't know if you've seen the one I shared today, the hour-long
Yep.
Just Send It, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good clip, and it shows a lot of the tracks within maybe 60 miles of where I'm at here. I mean, you can identify with them, and I see a lot of those drivers, and you know what? I almost grab my pen and paper and start writing down who they are and thinking maybe I should call them, maybe I should get a hold of them. But I think the best way to do it is right here, me and you. We'll get on here once a week.
TV.
we'll start blowing it up. We'll take questions and answers, and I don't know. Like I said, maybe leave this dog live. Maybe we should talk about some Power Wheels next week.
Oh yeah, let's do an episode of Power Wheels. I know my daughter's going to be bringing one for sure, and I'm so excited for her.
Yeah,
I got her starting.
Let's start
starting
with
to do that.
Yeah, let's start with the Power Wheels next Sunday night, and I'll start finding some photos to share on the links and the pages, and any Power Wheel parents that got any kind of questions. I was hit today. Guy asked me what he could do. I said, I've never built one. I've just, I don't know what you can do.
Charge your batteries up.
Do you know what you can do?
I know you can change the battery to a garden tractor or a motorcycle battery.
I told him I thought you could do 24 volt. 'Cause that's.
I've seen somebody take a car battery and actually it fried up the motor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All I can say is get creative. I mean, within the means of safety for your child, but get creative. I mean, me personally, I took a Cadillac Escalade, put small tires in the back, kept the Escalade tires up front to kind of make it look like an icon car, and made my own headers.
Cool. Well, and what we're doing is we put balloons on both sides of the car, the front and the back, and I let them run, and we ran them up to an hour. So
really,
yeah, we let them run till they're done, and I think that some of the kids weren't expecting that when they got out there. They were kind of like getting bored with it, while other kids were like getting more excited a half hour into it, if you know what I mean. Like, when the wheels start falling off and they start getting the plastic to start moving. I mean, but I've seen that a lot with some blowed fuses and things. So we kept helping the kids stay in there. But what we do is we just put these balloons on the front and the back, and we throw a few balloons out on the track. We try to get them going. And it's a little something to watch. And like I said, it's nice to take a breather, and we have our own designated Power Wheel track. So they can sit there and power wheel their brains out as long as they want.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got the logs wrapped around the track, and there's bleachers surrounding it, and the parents get all the pictures they want with them. And it was a nice ad a couple summers ago. We had enough kids to start doing it. So yep, next week we're going to be talking about Power Wheels. I'm sure Justin.
And what better way to get the kids involved? Start them out young with their own derby.
Yeah, I'm fearing that I might be losing two of my Power Wheel drivers from last year. They're going to be going into 4-cylinder cars this summer.
Hey,
graduating, huh?
It gives a chance for everybody else to shine too. New stars come out.
They're coming right up. I do got a young guy that took home a trophy, and I'll share his photo when on our page. But he took home a trophy last year, and I swear it was so he was out there. He would not quit. He got
two for free right there.
He stayed in there, and he ended up just. He was the guy. He won the big trophy. I got one first place trophy, and all the kids get a prize.
That is awesome.
He kept his balloon, he kept his brains, and he stayed in there. And I got a picture of him holding the trophy up, driving one-handed with the helmet halfway in his face, just like, yelling for his parents, and it reminded me of Rocky at the end when he's yelling for Adrian there. So
Adrian, I did it.
He's like, yo, I'm a derby driver.
Right?
So last year we had a couple of kids they were all but falling asleep in there. They're just bored with it. They're getting a little old for it, and they said they're looking to come into the cars. So,
well, what better way to get some experience?
Yeah, you get a 9-year-old in a Pontiac Sunfire with a floor shifter. It's a pretty good time to watch them pull the pin, and they run hard. The kids really do well out there, and we do that 18 and under class as a 6-cylinder class, and we do a 4-cylinder class that's 12 and under. So if you got some kids in mind, they like to.
Well, now you say 12 and under. What is the youngest age restriction? Like, what is the youngest stopping point for a child to be in a derby car?
you know, as young, I'm not going to say there is an age limit. They don't have to be this tall to ride the ride. They just 6 years old. I guess, you know, a couple people could chime in real quick and tell me they've had a younger kid drive. A lot of times they got to build the pedals, they got to build up the seat. I've seen a kid race in a booster seat. Believe that.
Nice.
Yeah, he raced in a booster seat and did fairly well.
My kids at 4 and 5 could drive a car.
Yeah,
They raced quads for.
there's some of these kids that are pretty young that actually strip the car and everything else. I watched Jaden Muntean. I watched him drive up the tech lane one day, standing on the driver's seat, steering the car. Like
Nice.
I mean, he was actually just standing on it. It would be like Vern off Mini Me,
Yep.
about the size of Vern. He's standing on the wheel, like and oddly enough, that car didn't have power steering, and you know how hard they can be to steer
Oh yeah.
without power steering. And
Oh, yeah.
so he's driving it in. Well, that's how it happened. He was driving it in, and he could give it gas, but he couldn't steer it and give it gas. So he gave it gas, and then he would jump up on the seat and steer the wheel, and then slide down there and touch the pedal and get the car to move a little bit as he was coming through the tech inspection line.
Nice.
And I says, this car got power steering? And he says, yep, right here. Right here, he told me.
Nice.
Yeah. It was Jaden Muntean is how old is he now? 14? He runs our 18 and under. He's done real well. I gotta say is that one night out there, he took first in the 18 and under, and we stuck him in with the minivans.
That was the last derby, wasn't it?
I think, and he won the minivan class, 2 first place.
Oh, wow.
Good driver. Yeah, good driver. And you know, oddly enough, there's some of the people out there, I think he's got more seat time. He's been in more derbies than some people, than the adults that show up to race. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, all right, buddy. I'm gonna get off here. If you want to continue to go live, that is awesome.
All
right.
Wore your ass out tonight, didn't we?
Oh yeah. It's all good though.
Hey, you got your laundry done? How's your laundry?
Yes.
You got your laundry?
It actually went off before I went on.
Oh, well, we started the laundry right before we went on, so I was hoping to recreate that. I wanted to get my laundry going. Yeah. Hey, that's half time right there.
Right.
Mike, thanks again for the stick it to them and all the publicity we're asking for, and I hope
Not
it
a
comes
problem.
true.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not asking for people to give us money, but for any donations, for anybody that's still watching, any donations that can help me and Harley make Stick It to him a lot better, that would be awesome, you know.
Oh, yeah, even if it was just some advice on how to, the electronics I might need, or how to do something this way, and you know, you can tell me. I mean, I might not listen. Scott tries to give me advice all the time. I just, you know,
he don't listen.
I give him my duck ear.
He don't listen to me and his old lady ever.
But all right, Mike.
Hey, you better be careful with that. I got scolded for saying old lady last night. So.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh shit. You ain't getting your laundry done next week.
Oh no.
No. All right, Mike. Well, thanks again, man. Everybody
Not a problem. You guys.
Yep.
Have a great evening. I mean, I can't wait to. I'm more excited about May 12th, even though there's
good
spring
times.
explosion.
It's like
good times.
Mike's got to save the date. He's sending out the invitations now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm going to get with Brad, and we're going to make flyers up for every class. And I think
that's awesome.
And I'm going to try to get these flyers circulated in different areas. And if you got something in mind, you know, I think that'd be a good idea to send the flyer you just did onto like a compact page or a W body page, and maybe I'll do a Power Wheel flyer, and we can get that out under a different light and bring in a little more advertisement per class. See who can get the.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So. All right, Mike.
All right, you guys enjoy your evening, and there you have it. Stick it to them, folks.
All right,
Have a
man.
good one.